Okay, so I was expecting to get a character trailer tonight. I was not expecting to get an entire Feh channel, so I guess we're doing this now. I'm 15 minutes late to it, but I'm unspoiled, so I'm just gonna record my reaction watching this for the first time, and we'll see if anything exciting is in here. It's 13 minutes long. I see a red sword.
As much as it
Is that
pains
Lif's?
me to say,
I know we're
summer is
expecting
coming to a close
Ascended
here.
Lif. I love that Lif just gets all the emo music. Okay, I really don't know what to make of that trailer. It was like a Lif AMV.
Did you notice that he has a pretty strange looking weapon as well?
Wait a
It's
minute.
called
An arcane weapon. Is this like our new unit type for the year? It was like around this time last year that we got Ascended Heroes. And every year since launch, we've gotten some kind of new hero.
Arcane weapon. This version of Leaf is a new type of hero who has obtained an
A
arcane
new
weapon.
type of
He's
hero.
a rearmed hero.
This is annoying. That's my first impression. I wish you guys should keep an open mind though. Rearmed hero. I'm just trying to think what this could possibly mean. Like what functionally could they possibly do that's different?
It looks like a unique weapon skill, but
Arcane.
wow! Apparently it can be inherited by other heroes.
What?
I'll go ahead and give it a try. I'll pick the
What do you
arcane
mean it can
weapon
be inherited?
and C skill and
Whoa.
Feh. It worked.
Can anybody get it?
Feh.
It looks like anybody.
I thought he was going to disappear, but he's right here. That means rearmed hero Leaf doesn't leave your barracks.
He just doesn't
even
have
if
a
you
weapon
have
anymore?
Another hero inherit skills from him. The rearmed hero will remain with their skills intact even after you have another hero inherit their skills.
This does address one problem with Ascended Heroes, which is that, like, it's kind of hard to justify summoning them for skill fodder, because, like, you just feel bad foddering them. But this seems to address that, maybe?
They're going to be pretty useful allies to have around.
Yeah, no kidding.
Be
It's like
careful,
double
though.
value.
If you merge two rearmed heroes who haven't yet transferred their skills to another hero, skills from the resulting hero can still
Right,
only be
that makes
inherited
sense.
one time. Be sure to transfer
I'm
skills
still
from a rearmed hero before
thinking
you
about
merge
the
them.
perf getting inherited. So Legendary Ike can just get this
What's
weapon now,
this?
but anybody can get it, so it just buffs everyone equally.
We'll also be
It's not
hosting
like it's
series of
especially
events
good for
to celebrate
Alphonse,
the
right?
addition of
Or
rearmed
maybe it is.
heroes. And you
I was
can
kind of
get
wondering if we would get a
66
new way
each
to
day
do
of
like
Dragon Power,
vertical
as well as
progression
66
this year,
heroic
because we get that
battles.
every year as well usually. It's like last year it was the Ascended Florist,
There will be
maybe the year before that it
celebratory
was,
quests.
I don't know, Trait Fruit or something.
You can earn the rewards shown here if
That's
you
not
complete
quite
all the
vertical growth,
quests
but
during
you
the
get what I mean.
active
That's a lot of
period.
Divine Do. Give me Arena Medals!
That's
I need them
really
so
exciting, but
badly.
what-
More information. Oh, is this going to be the rest of the banner? Oh, who are these? Wait, what? Well, hold on. This guy has two swords. That's a little weird. I have no clue who these people are. Oh, is it?
This-
Oh. What?
This batch features the first appearance of heroes from the Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes.
Oh,
game
it's
and
Shez.
Fire
Okay,
Emblem
I should have figured.
Heroes.
I'm stupid.
I'll introduce
So
them
Monica
one
will
by
be
one.
here, Shez will be here.
When I think about Her Majesty, it's so
I'm glad we finally got
inspiring.
this, because like literally every banner, it was like, maybe this will be the one where we get the Three Hopes characters.
She hails Lady
What's
Edelgard.
up with
I
the
hear she's
battle
been fully
background?
devoted to Edelgard since
It looks
then.
like there's an Eye of Sauron in the background.
Nothing fires me up like a fight
Oh.
with a strong opponent.
It's Pro ZD.
Next, we have Holst.
Let's go. Oh, he's a demo. Or is he actually? I don't know.
Quill and
He has attack speed ID and
He's
attack speed
also
oath.
known to be a
I could
keen
see him being the
strategist,
demo with
some
that skill
even
set.
refer
Actually, I guess he
to
has
him
to be because we
as
don't get a
Westeros'
Tempest Trials unit.
warrior.
That seems like a pretty good demo.
And she's making an appearance as an ascended hero.
Oh, okay.
Hilda's
Why
known
not?
to be
Ascended
less
Hilda.
than enthusiastic.
This doesn't really seem like it's in line with the other
It's
Ascended
just so
Heroes.
nice to see her
Just
grown
seems
up and
like
acting more mature.
another alt.
I'm looking forward forward to seeing what she can do.
Like these other Ascended heroes, they're like alternate universes or like post-game versions. Like this is just Hilda. Whatever. Also, how come Shez isn't the Ascended hero?
Mostly self-taught. There's nobody I could point to and say, that's my teacher.
Their art looks really good. Their character art. Female Shez's art looks, I don't want to say out of place, it just looks very different. I like it though. I'm bothered by the fact that Hilda looks like she's falling over. So this has an Ascended hero and a Rearmed hero. Also, why are they called Rearmed if they're not rearmed themselves? I guess because they come with 2 weapons each, because you can inherit the one and keep the other.
2 times. Rearmed heroes don't appear in normal summoning events.
Oh,
so it's a good
okay,
idea to take advantage
great.
Of this opportunity
They're like,
to make one your
they're like
ally.
duo heroes.
Jez, keen mercenary your ally if you clear quests.
Oh, wait, what?
And Holst will join your barracks if you clear his
Oh, he's a
friend's hero
GHB.
battle.
Okay. Wait, then who's on the banner?
Thanks for
Oh,
helping
there's
me
2
out
Shez's. I
earlier.
forgot. Sorry.
Shez's?
How come female Shez is a? Wait, yeah. Why is she the axe infantry? Doesn't she also just use swords like everyone else? That's kind of weird, right? So that means female Shez is not going to be as good.
First up is the Hall
Oh,
of
shit.
Forms. Oh
We've been
my.
looking forward to
It
this.
seems the Hall of
For
Forms
Nimble
will be
Rat.
getting event revivals.
Oh,
That means you'll have another chance
Oh,
to make
shoot,
form
okay.
that you missed out on from past events
Yeah.
and your allies. These are the heroes who will appear in the revival the first time around.
okay. Is that
Let's
going to
take a
slow down the
closer
other
look.
holoforms, I wonder?
Was
So this is really cool, because there were some units in the old
which ones I want my
holoforms that were
form to
really good,
learn.
but you couldn't use Form of Souls on
I've
them.
even been told that future Hall of Forms revivals will be decided via surveys on the official Fire Emblem Heroes Twitter account.
That's cool, but that probably implies we're going to get them pretty
Votes from all
infrequently,
new
like
summoners.
once every 2 months.
Along with the Hall of Forms event revivals, we'll also be holding summoning
What? I mean, there are a couple
All
Hall of Forms
summoners will
lineups
be
where
able
it's
to use
like
the feature
a
that allows you to
GHB and a
summon
Tempest
force
Trials
of
unit, so I'm
your
wondering
choice
what the
after summoning
banner will
30
be like in
times
that
on the event
case.
too.
I'm sure there's got to be at least one
Moving
example of a
right
Hall of
along,
Forms lineup where
we
it's
have an
like one
update to
GHB and one
Binding
Tempest Trials
Worlds.
unit, right? Like I'm not
Starting with the
crazy.
next-
Okay. There's a lot to unpack here. I mean, the biggest thing was just the introduction of, I almost said unarmed heroes. So does this mean we're not going to get, like, Ascended Air and stuff? Like, we're going to get Rearmed heroes instead? I'm not really sure. Like, I'm wondering what the... Immediately, I'm wondering what the parameters are for who can be a Rearmed hero. Like, for now, I'm going to guess it can be literally anybody, but... yeah, I don't know. Maybe it'll be like these units that we get through these special Tempest Trials events, like what Moosebell and Niffle would have been. But yeah, the introduction of Rearmed Heroes actually kind of makes sense if you look at it from the perspective of like, it's a new year. Let's say that they've decided they have to make a new unit type and they want to make them desirable. By doing this, they can basically make them like double the value, which makes them more desirable to pull. People will make poor decisions. So this is a sword that you can inherit to literally anybody. Like sword special trigger, at start of combat if unit's HP is greater than 25, inflicts attack defense -6 on foe during combat, unit makes a guaranteed follow-up, foe cannot make a follow-up, and inflicts special equivalent charge -1 on foe per attack. It's not completely nutty, it's just a collection of good effects. I guess actually it has like the Omni Breaker in it, which is pretty good. I'm just thinking these days if you want to be like a meta-defining unit, you have to have like Brave, True Damage, Damage Reduction, you know. But yeah, I mean this will be pretty good for units like Legendary Ike who have fallen off big time. I like how they use him as an example. And I mean other sword units as well. Also, while you're at it, you can inherit like Attack, Defense, Menace probably. Yeah. Since the source ally is a rearmed hero, they will not be lost, but you will no longer be able to use them as a source ally when inheriting skills or when creating combat manuals. I wonder if you can still turn him into a combat manual, and then he's just, you can't use him at all. I guess, oh, if he's a combat manual who's been inherited already, then you could use him for merges, that's right. An arcane weapon cannot be re-inherited, and also cannot be equipped with most hero exclusive skills. Wait, well, hold on. I'm really curious what that means. That seems like a very important qualifier. So that means like maybe Edelgard is not allowed to have, like Summer Edelgard is not allowed to have this equipped while also having Raging Storm equipped. We've never seen a limitation quite like that in the game before, so I'm interested in seeing how it's implemented. This is really weird. Just inheriting these new perf weapons is very strange. And I mean, yeah, you can make Alphonse stronger now. Using him is still not a great idea because he's stuck at +0 merge, but hey. I guess it would actually make them better for Ether Raids, since in Ether Raids you don't have to worry about merges counting for score. So you can power up your Askers, finally, with new perfs. What if this is their answer to people wanting, like, re-refines on old units? Like, you don't have to do that anymore. You can just give them this weapon in particular, and that's it. I mean, eventually we'll get new arcane sword weapons, I imagine, but I mean, it'll be a while, I'm guessing. Oh yeah, and they can already be refined. So I mean, this is kind of interesting because it confirms they're probably not going to get like actual refines later down the road, right? Unless they do. I don't know how they would implement that. Also, Lif has 2022 SP. But yeah, I mean, sometimes these other refines are actually kind of okay. Like defense +4 and HP +5, that's kind of good, right? And you're slapping it at top of a perf weapon that's actually kind of decent, so hey. Overall, I'm torn on this because I feel like it does give you a way to power up old units that have long been completely power crept, but I also feel like it's kind of centralizing in the sense that it's like you can upgrade your old sword units as long as it's just this one sword that you want to give them. I suppose there are other inheritable swords, but I'm guessing this just blows all of those out of the water. You don't really get this accelerated special trigger effect on weapons that have other effects as well, you know? So I suspect these arcane weapons are just going to be like strictly better than most inheritable weapons, with some exceptions like Brave Sword, I guess, which are more specialized. So is Legendary Ike good now? Probably not. I don't know, he does get to keep his Radiant Ether with this, his Radiant Ether 2, and he keeps his accelerated special trigger. Maybe he is actually a little better now? Yeah, I've always been unsure about whether or not I actually want to merge Legendary Ike because he has not aged that well, obviously, but I suppose this would help. There's a more detailed description of this limitation that we were talking about. Only Rearmed Heroes can equip both their arcane weapon and a perf skill. Exclusive skills such as Grey Waves, which are counted as normal sling or dance skills, are subject to this restriction and cannot be equipped at the same time as an arcane weapon skill. Sing, dance, and play are the only exceptions to this and can be equipped at any time. It never occurred to me, but yeah, I suppose sing and dance and play are actually perf skills. I never really saw it that way, but sure. That's really interesting because it actually makes it much more likely that these arcane weapons will be buffing old units that obviously don't have perf skills, or maybe they have really outdated perf skills. What would be a good example? Like Brave Lyn. If they make an arcane bow, then Lyn can just equip that and she can just not use Sakei's Blessing. It's not that big of a deal for her. For Legendary Ike, it's kind of a bummer because his Radiant Ether 2 is pretty good. It just gives him -2 cooldown on turn 1, right? Like, that is pretty good. So, Legendary Ike would be locked out of using Radiant Ether, if I'm understanding this correctly. So that's actually kind of lame. Otherwise, though, I think it's a fair restriction, and I think I actually like Rearmed Heroes a little more now, knowing that we can't equip other perf skills while they're on. Holst has a lot of attack. Oh, he's a sword unit. I thought he was an axe unit. That's neat. He has a perf too. Ascended Hilda. I mean, it makes sense. Hilda's a popular character, so I'm down. I think it's too bad that it's not like a post game alt that would have had more interesting lore implications, but it's fine. Okay, red on this banner is completely busted with Shez and Lif, although I guess we don't really know Lif's or Shez's skills yet. Like I said, I will not be pulling on this. I'm trying to save orbs. I would say maybe hold off on pulling for the rearmed hero Lif. I would say like the same rules apply as far as like summoning for skill fodder. Don't do it unless you have like a very specific use for it in mind. Otherwise, you're just getting baited. Like, just because Lif is a very high value unit to pull for doesn't mean that you have to pull for him. There was some stuff about Hall of Forms revival, and this kind of speaks for itself. My concern is that this will slow down the schedule of other Hall of Forms events. My impression is that we're still going to get our Sacred Stones Hall of Forms this month, because in this schedule that's literally called Hall of Forms and not Hall of Forms Revival, so I think that one is still scheduled. We got this Favor Duels update, which is neat. Maybe I'll actually play Favor Duels now. Really, I only ever play Favor Duels if I'm like practicing for SDR or SDS. And that's it. Well, alright. I'll probably be late uploading this because I have to go to bed. But yeah, a pretty interesting update, kind of came out of nowhere. The banner units look cool. Overall, it's a cool update. I guess I'm warming up to the idea of Rearmed Heroes. And yeah, I guess we'll see how everything goes. Thanks for watching this reaction. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll catch you guys next time.